testimony how one European nation was erased. My name is Nevenka Vukobratovic. I speak to the world from Serbia, a country that is no longer mine. You may not believe me. But I am not asking you to. I only ask you to listen, and to remember. Because the Serbs, a people who once resisted Ottomans, Nazis, and empires, may soon disappear. Not by war, but by betrayal. This is not history. This is happening now. Dove part I, the white angel, messenger of eternity. He is not here, for he has risen, as he said. Gospel of Matthew 28:6. In the heart of Serbia, nestled in the mountains of the southwest, stands the Mileva Monastery, built around 1235 by King Vladislav, son of Stefan I Crowned. On the southern wall of its narthex is one of the most mysterious and sublime frescoes of Christian art, the White Angel. It is not merely a painting. It is a witness of centuries, a voice of truth, a face of hope that survives even when empires collapse, states are erased, and nations are destroyed. Framed picture the fresco. The composition depicts a moment from the Gospels. The myrrh-bearing women come to Christ's tomb, but instead of his body, they find an angel proclaiming, "He is not here. He has risen." The angel, dressed in a white robe with a golden band, sits on a stone slab, pointing toward the empty tomb. His face is serene. His gesture is gentle. His eyes gaze into eternity. Artist palette, artistic greatness. This fresco is not merely beautiful, it is revolutionary. The way the angel's body is modeled, the fingers, the anatomically perfect feet, the folds of fabric, all reveal that Serbian medieval painters were part of the highest circles of Byzantine art. And in many ways, they surpassed them. This is not just theology, this is the soul painted into stone. Globe showing Europe, Africa, a message to the universe. In 1963, during the Cold War, this angel became known to the wider world when it was chosen as part of the first satellite television transmission from Europe to America and into space. While other nations were sending missiles, Serbia sent an angel, a symbol of peace, silence, and the victory of life. In the age of nuclear threat, Serbia responded with eternity. Shield, the spiritual strategy of the Serbs. While other civilizations built greatness with swords, Serbs built it with churches, frescoes, and sacrifice. Monasteries like Mileva, Studenica, Granica, and Visoki Dini were not only temples, they were fortresses of spirit, schools, archives, and the heart of the people. In the darkest times of Turkish occupation, Serbian history was not written with steel but with frescoes. They preserved memory. They preserved identity. They preserved dignity. When there was no state, the monasteries were the state. Crossed swords from resurrection to betrayal. In the 20th and 21st centuries, the Serbian people suffered genocide, wars, isolation, bombardment, and then betrayal. From Jasenovac to NATO bombs, from political prisons to today's corrupt rule. The same people who once stood beneath angelic wings now stand on the edge of extinction. As the white angel points to the empty tomb and resurrection. Today's Serbs look at empty villages, empty budgets, and empty cradles. And yet, even now, the angel sits. Still. Silent. Eternal. Not guarding power, but meaning. Bell, the last icon. When the last Serb is exiled, when the last church is closed, when the last word is spoken, the white angel will still sit on the wall, pointing to the empty tomb. Because in that tomb there is no corpse. There is no defeat. There is only truth. And one day, perhaps, another people will find that painting and ask, who were these people who sent angels into the cosmos? Candle Part 2: How a Nation Was Destroyed. We who once defeated emperors, were conquered by a servant. Long ago, Serbs welcomed Albanians into Kosovo and Metohija, fleeing Turkish oppression. Hungry, barefoot, uprooted, they found shelter under the Serbian cross. We gave them land, food, peace. Today, their descendants burn our churches, erase our names, and declare Kosovo theirs. Is it irony? No. It is the final chapter of the Serbian tragedy. Whole Serbia a modern Auschwitz. For Serbs, Serbia today is Auschwitz without chimneys. An open-air prison. A trap with no exit. There is no justice. No court. No truth. Those who speak are silenced. Those who live, are destroyed. Every day someone disappears. On a crosswalk. In a prison. In a hospital. And no one is held accountable. Brain how to destroy a nation. Not with tanks. Not with bombs. But with media. Lies. Fear. Humiliation. The ruling party SNS is not a party. It is a cartel. At its head is Alexander Vučić, who came to power as a man without assets, without history, without honor. Now he is a billionaire, surrounded by drug lords, with judges, police, and journalists at his feet. His father, unknown. His legacy, clear. Descendant of Mulcija from Kosovo. Once welcomed, now he buries us. Performing arts, the system that silences life. He placed a Croatian lesbian as prime minister, whose grandfather was a Uster butcher. His relative as patriarch of the Serbian Orthodox Church. Murder suspects as professors. Criminals and prostitutes in parliament. His police ran over students with military vehicles as they stood peacefully. His judges sentenced people for not watching his press conferences. His prosecutors ignore murders but track who likes the wrong post on Facebook. Pick the destruction of Serbian heritage. Churches are being destroyed. Monuments are erased. Forests are felled. Water is sold. History is rewritten. He sells lithium and gold like human lives. In their place, he imports Chinese, Pakistanis, Ghanaians. The state pays them salaries, gives them homes, and protects them. Serbs are told to shut up, or get out. Or die. Drop of blood, the blood that no one answers for. Oliver Ivanovich assassinated. Vladimir Kvajan drowned, erased. A man jailed for skipping Vučić's speech. A woman stabbed a university dean, no jail, no trial. This is Serbia. Or rather, the final fire of a dying people. Scroll the cruelest irony. We are a nation that stopped the Ottomans, defeated Austro-Hungarians, endured World War I, fought Nazis and Uster. And now, we were defeated by one man. A fake Serb. A puppet. A signature on a foreign contract. Testimony of a vanishing people. Serbia will disappear. But the testimony must remain. Just as the white angel points to the empty tomb. This film points to an empty homeland. There will soon be no Serbs left. Only frescoes. Only names. Only the angel once sent to space. Dove Part 3, The Last Light. When everything is extinguished, what cannot be extinguished remains. Everything that was once great, is now in ruins. Churches, schools, people, truth, honor. We who once fought for freedom now live in chains, without shackles. We who once rose in rebellion now whisper in fear. We who once spoke with angels now hide in silence, afraid to be heard. This is not just a story about a nation. It is a story about the victory of evil. That happened in peace. And that is what makes it more terrifying. Serbia disappeared in silence. Not in an explosion, but in applause. And yet, Fire One light still remains. It is not politics. Not a party. Not elections. It is a fresco. A language. A glance toward the sky. It is the angel that does not leave. It is the name whispered in prayer. It is a testimony, like this one, that will not vanish. Because when the last Serb is gone, his word will remain. His voice in stone will remain. A trace will remain, where love was stronger than death. Dove, this is a message to all nations. If you lose faith, if you lose language, if you lose truth, then you have lost yourself. That is why this film exists. Not to save us, it may be too late. But to warn others. Because if Serbia can disappear,